Everyone, Artin here and welcome for a new video. So in today's video, we are going to go a little bit deeper on how to optimize the BP of your champions for the affiliations to your demons to be able to optimize your attack. So if you remember, I will put a quick deck to the screen. If you remember this one, that I covered in a previous video, so you can see the video below. It could help you to get into this video if you want to. I don't think you really need to, but I think that could be a good preliminary video. So last time we did cover this video showing which type of gear, which gear set is the best per champion. So you can see the different main champions that are the highest BP champion you can get in the game, and some recommendations about which sets or which exclusive they have to wear to get to the max BP you can get. So as you can see here, I'm not going to redo all of that. If you want kind of the summary, you can go on the previous video that you see on the descriptions. But in a nutshell, I try to stay as basic as I can to just say, usually you go with the quad. Quad meaning it's attack percentage as the main stats. Then you have crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and attack flat. That will be the 5 attributes that you are looking for in general to optimize your champions. But now we are going to go to a level a little bit deeper. So that's not entirely true for every champions. Every champions doesn't like quad stats. And it's what we're going to cover there. So I'm going to move myself from the Excel. Give me a second. So here we go. And what I tried to put that, and I did like kind of work on that with my teammate as well, because it was a really tedious exercise, I will say, because I had to like find similar pieces for the exact same champions to see if like attack is better than defense or HP or speed or... So that's kind of a big things that I try to put there together. So it's kind of easier for everyone to optimize. And I don't think it's like something only for endgame player. I think that's also something that any type of progressions player can use, because sometimes you are not going to be able to get the quad pieces because they are not that easy to get, and after you need to get good rolls on them as well. So I think this video is going to help any level of players, because you might have some pieces that have like really high stat of HP or defense or whatever, and depending of the champion that you want to equip to, it can be better than even a quad piece that you could find. So let's start into the deep dive of this Excel. So first, the most important part is looking at that. If you want to really optimize, you go with Yovar, the exclusive wicked, the Kata star piercers for the ring. This one you don't really care, and the wicked quad. So that's the process. So if you want to see which set is the best for the BP for your champions, go on this third tab that you see on the Excel, and then go to the fourth tab. So here, the fourth tab, I will just go into the other tips as general tips. So it's like easier to then deep dive on the left side of the table. And you see, I try to make it a bit fancier for you folks with the little images of the different champions. I hope you like it. If you don't, please tell me in the comments so I can change it back with the names. But in general, so crit rates around 90 to 95%. If you go up that, the goal is to get 100% for your champions, but sometimes it's better to get to other stats than crit rates when your crit rates have 90 to 95%. The like below 90%, every crit rate you can get to your champion is going to add a lot BP to your champions. When you reach 90, 95, the last few percentage to get to 100% is not going to give you as much BP as the others. So that's one general comment. The second one is all the right side pieces, so the amulet, the bangle, and the ring, need to have attack percentage as the main stats. And it's why you don't see the attack percentage in this table, because by default, they should have attack percentage as the main stats. The third one, it's an exception to the second one. Valderon on this full list is the only one that need an amulet with attack speed as the main stats. So no attack percentage on the amulet for Valderon, only attack speed. And then you can put attack percentage on the secondary stats for the amulet on Valderon. So that's the general tips. Now, if we go on the left side, so I try to rank, and in general, what you are going to get is you are going to mostly focus on these three. Sometimes you will also try to put this thing because you have like the left side, the body and the armor and the weapon might have some of that, but in theory, these three first columns will be what you are trying to focus for your champions, on top of the crit rate, of course. But that will be the three attributes that you are going to try to focus and try to get as much as you can from the first one, then of the second one, then on the third one, because they are ranked to the best to the worst. Meaning that if you have a really great piece that have speed, attack, and crit damage, the best piece that you can find is one that have the highest speed first, then the second highest attack, flat, and the crit damage third. So I tried to run that on everything. We did a bunch of tests on a lot of things. Maybe some of that is wrong. If you see anything that looks wrong and that you tested it and it's really wrong, please reach out to me and I can like update my Excel. I try to do as much as I can with every champion that I had, with every pieces of gear that I had, and like mapping with other team members, but I might have missed or I might have like switched some attributes. So please reach out to me. It's like the other Excel that I built. I did update a lot based on the comment that I got from the videos, so please go for that. So that's the kind of like base. So use the Excel, use the first Excel to select which sets, then use this one to kind of like optimize your attributes. And now I'm going to show you some example that I put together on my account so you can like at least see how I do that. So the first one that we are going to focus on is Valderon, because Valderon is kind of a special one and I have a lot of gears that are like showcasing that. So you can see Valderon like attack, of course, because he will have attack percentage everywhere, but he do love speed even more than attack, and he do love HP percentage more than attack stats. So I'm going to show that to you. So let's get to the game. Champions, Valderon, gear. So here we have the set. So the set that I'm using on Valderon is Ageless Wrath. They all, now the two, like the bangle have attack percentage, the ring have attack percentage, and the amulet have attack speed. So let's first start with the amulet. So I'm going to go with keeping the set because for Valderon the best is Ageless Wrath. And let's go with an attack bonus as main stat instead of attack speed. And then let's bring the quad piece that we are used to, and we're going to do that. So as you can see here, I have a few pieces that even if you get attack percentage instead of attack speed, and you have like a lot more attack, so like you can boost that up. And I can also like do something like that. Yeah, so it's going to also take HP bonus that also scale really well. So you can see like on a piece like that that is almost maxed in attack speed to try to catch up with the 230 that you get on the main stats, it's still not enough to be able to get a really big difference. It does miss a little bit of HP bonus, but that's one thing. So I will try to get like an HP, like if I usually what I do is I like remove some of that and I will like just go through it and see all the percentage, the minus there, and I see if something is better. But as you can see here, like even my piece for Yovar, that is probably one of my best one, I'm trying to like upgrade the attack speed now, but I have plus 43% on attack bonus. I have a lot of crit damage. I have a bunch of crit rate. Attack is pretty good and attack speed as well. And you can see like I'm still losing 730 because mostly of the fact that it's not an attack speed main pieces. So you will see that it's going to scale a lot more, and you will probably never beat an attack speed main piece on Valderon due to that. So now, if I go to the Bengal, so the Bengal is a bit more like precise exercise that is going to help you a little bit more navigate on the Excel. If I go to the Bengal, I will try to go with the Bengal from Yovar, and I'm going to give you an example there. So as you can see on the Bengal that I currently have on the right side, for my Valderons, I have 3.8% on attack bonus. I have 4.1 on the Yovar piece. So that's pretty close in percentage. Then I have crit rate. So crit rate is 23% on my piece and 20.5% on the Yovar piece. So this one you don't really care because I currently have 113. So even if I remove 2.5%, it doesn't matter because everything on top of 100% doesn't give you any BP. Then the crit damage. So the crit damage on the current piece is 34.5, and on the Yovar piece you have a 35.5, so it's 1% more, as you can see on the right side. Then you have the attack speed. So on the attack speed you have 84, the other one have 80, so the current piece have more attack speed, and you can see that it's a better piece for Yovar. And the last one is attack. So you see you have so much attack. So you get a lot, you get a little bit of attack percentage on the top. And you get 474 attack on top of the other piece that is currently with HP bonus. And you can see that by removing 6,500 HP, adding 500 attack, that for any other champions would be perfect. Like it will give a lot of BP to any other champions. Removing a little bit of speed and adding a little bit of crit damage, so it doesn't like that matter much, these two things. What's really matter is that removing HP and adding attack to Valderon does reduce his BP. So if we go back to the Excel, you can see that HP percentage is more important than attack, flat attack. And the speed is always more important. Crit damage is pretty important as well. If you are like dropping your crit damage, I tried that. It was not as good as adding more HP than crit damage. So speed is the most important for Valderon. Crit damage the second one, and HP percentage. You see that even if I had a quad piece that's like a high attack, like I was showing you right now, and I will show it again. If I have a quad piece crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and attack, then it's still not better than a normal piece with HP bonus on the flat stats with a little bit more of attack speed. So that's the point there. You see, the Excel do prove that HP bonus is better than attack flat for Valderon. So now if we go to the ring, so I'm going to go to the ring of Valderon, and as you can see there, it's the same. The ring have HP bonus as the third and the fourth stat because it's better than attack flat. So if I take now the ring from Yovar, that it's a pretty good ring, like you can do better of course, but that's a really good ring. You can see that if I have 1% more on attack bonus, so that's a lot. Like on a ring you add 1% on top of it, that's a lot of attack. The crit rate is the same. I do add a bunch of crit damage, like we talk about 5.5%, that it's a lot. We had 10 speed, we had a bunch of attack that is not on this one, and you get only 167, sorry. So that's crazy. It means that by not having HP bonus on this piece, even if you have a lot more HP, a lot more attack, a lot more crit damage, a lot more attack speed, it still almost gives you zero result because you don't have the HP bonus as the fourth stat on this piece. So the best stat here is still having the HP bonus there. What I could do to get to the 167 is to either boost my attack speed to get to 19, or continue to refine this piece to get a 4.5 plus % there, and I would be able to catch up with a piece that is really good for any other champions than Valderon's. So that's one of the statements that I wanted to make there. So now if we do Ingrid, and I go to the ring from Ingrid. So Ingrid, let me check quickly the Excel just to show you. Ingrid loves speed, crit damage, and attack. So you see it's different than Valderon's. These two are switched. She is okay with HP percentage, but she prefers attack. So if I go back to the game, I will go to the ring, I will say Ageless Wrath, I will do the attack bonus, I will go with that, and I will bring attack from, I think it's Yova that I wanted to show. No, I want to show you the one from Praetus. So the one from Praetus, it's getting 363 on top of it. So you see that my current piece right now it's HP bonus on my Ingrid. By using this piece that is pretty similar, the main thing that switch is the attack to HP bonus. So you see that you have 24% crit rate and 22.5. Again, as I said, when you go on top of 95%, it's not that important. So you see that you don't get that much value there. Crit damage is really similar. It's 0.5% loss, so it's not that much. Speed, you get 2. So okay, it's yellow and purple, but they are both near yellow. So 86, 88, so you get 2 attack speed. And there what you can see is like by adding attack, so you get 0.5% there, plus you get the attack flat, you get a almost 400 BP. So it does mean that the attack is more important than the HP bonus on Ingrid. Then the last one that I'm going to show, and I think you will understand like the overall of like the prioritizations and how to leverage the Excel. The last one is Jira. So Jira, I'm going to go with Urbangle, and we are going to go with the same. We're going to go with Ageless Wrath, attack bonus, and I need to find the one from Ingrid, I think. Yes. So this one is kind of interesting. I wanted to show it to you because the upgrade is huge. Like usually when you optimize your gear, you will get plus 200, plus 100, plus 300. Like it's not that big of a jump if you already have like a correct base, I would say, for your gearing of your champions. So as you can see here, the piece that I currently have is attack bonus with 1.9% bonus. I have a pretty solid amount of crit rates. I have a good amount of crit damage, but it's not like crazy. Attack speed is at 90 and HP bonus is at 11%. So as you can see on my Excel, Jira is scaling really well with HP percents, then speed, then crit damage, then attack. So what's happening here is that the attack bonus is higher. Yes, it's higher, but we get in total 59 attack. It doesn't really matter much. Like it's not a change. It's the same for me. It doesn't going to impact anything. The second thing that's going to change is the attack speed. A little speed, but you get still like 1780. So it means that attack speed is not a huge trigger to reduce the VP. Then you get crit rate. So here, yes, you get a little bit on these 1700s. You probably get 200 to 300s that are coming from the crit rates because the crit rate is pretty low there. But maybe not 300, probably like 200 max coming from this to increase a little bit your crit rate, but it's not like a major part of these 1700s. Then you have crit damage, 9%. It's a good amount, but it's not what really trigger anything. You already have 30 on this one, 39 on this one. It's not a huge piece of it. What really changed is the HP. Adding almost 5k of HP, meaning that you just bring from 11% to 25% this piece, do increase by 1700 speed. So I would say on this breakdown, crit rate, my assumptions will give you like a 200, I would say, on the piece. The crit damage probably give like a 200 as well. So you have 400 that are coming from these two stats. And you have a good 12 to 1300 that are coming only from the HP. So that does reflect the fact that HP bonus is really key for Jira if you want to BP maxer. So again, going back to the Excel, this thing is just made to help you focus on which of the 3 stats you need to like bump as much as you can. So it can help you also to find pieces that you were not even considering before. Usually when I'm doing my gearing, I don't like do this thing with like the quad piece. Usually I don't start directly with that. I know that crit rate is usually important, crit damage is important, attack speed is important. Like you see on my Excel, I will switch it one more time. The speed is always on the top two of the Excel. So it means that speed, crit damage, like crit damage is always there as well. It's always on the top 3 as well. Crit damage, speed, and crit rate, they are usually the three that you need. So what I usually do, and after you have another exemption that I can cover at the end of the video as well, that is almost done. Usually I check the 3 and then I go through the pieces. So I check just one by one, and maybe sometimes I will have good surprises on which one I have as the 4th attribute. But by using my Excel, you are going to like facilitate. You don't have like to do 3. You can directly say, okay, for Jira, the last attribute should be HP persons. You directly do that. You say HP persons, so you clean up already a bunch of them, and you have a smaller list to check instead of like trying to go through every attribute one more time. So you see you have like 3, 6, 12 instead of, if I was not clicking that, I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 51. So I have 51 pieces if I was not sure which one would be the best for my champions. Now, if I just know that the HP bonus is the one to go, you have a list of like, I don't know, 12, 16 I said, 12 that you can just go through instead of going to 50 pieces. So that's my tip there. The last thing that I wanted to mention is, I don't remember. I was saying that's something that I missed at the end, but I think that's kind of like what you have to to look at. I think it's going to give you a long way to be able to gear your gear. I want to also do a video on artifact, like which artifact are the best for the bonus, the extra bonus that you have there. So you have some champions that do scale better with attack speed than attack bonus, and depending of how much you roll, because when you augment a piece here, you see that you have a range between like 3% to 15%. So if you range like, I don't know, 8% in attack is like 50% of the rate. It might be better than like a 35 in the attack speed or 30 in the attack speed, like a 50% on attack speed. It might be better, maybe not, but I'm going to do a full like Excel and like recommendations to tell you like if you roll at 50% of one of this range, which attribute you should choose, because you don't really directly see the updates on your gear, and that's kind of a big issue. So yeah, I'm going to do the artifact in a separate video because it could like take a long time to explain and to do all this kind of testing on the Excel. So more to come there, but I hope it helps to help you to like boost and upgrade even more your BP. And if you have any questions or anything that I missed on the Excel or anything that you are seeing wrong on the Excel, please reach out to me on the comments or on Discord. I will be more than happy to welcome the feedback and to update that so we have a strong Excel for the community. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe and like the video, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.